Discussion on management of aortic dissection. Aortic dissection is the most common aortic emergency. It is one of the three acute aortic syndromes, the other being aortic intramural hematoma and penetrating aortic ulcer. It has a grave prognosis with 20% pre-hospital and 30% in-hospital mortality. Aortic dissection is generally considered as acute when the diagnosis is made within 14 days of onset and chronic after that. An intimal and medial tear in the aorta causes blood to seep into the media, and the false lumen usually progresses along a variable extent of the aorta. Important risk factors for aortic dissection are hypertension, Marfan syndrome, and bicuspid aortic valve. Management of aortic dissection is according to its anatomical extent and duration. Pain is the most common presenting symptom, which initiates imaging studies. Computed tomography is the first-line investigation in suspected aortic dissection. Other modalities are transesophageal echocardiography and magnetic resonance imaging. Early diagnosis and management is the key to improving outcome in aortic dissection. Surgical repair, if feasible, is considered in proximal dissections. Distal dissections call for endovascular repair in the presence of malperfusion or imminent rupture. Uncomplicated distal dissections may be managed medically. Severe pain in the chest or back with migration down as dissection progresses is classical of aortic dissection. History of recent strenuous exercise or use of drugs like cocaine or amphetamines may be there. Neurological symptoms like loss of consciousness, paraparesis, or paraplegia may occur. New onset aortic regurgitation, pericardial effusion, and myocardial ischemia may occur with proximal dissection. Even though aortic dissection is classically divided into acute and chronic based on duration, another classification by Bucher and Associates divides it into 4 time domains based on data from International Registry of Aortic Dissection. From symptom onset to 24 hours, it was named hyperacute, acute between 2 to 7 days, subacute between 8 to 30 days, and chronic if it is more than 30 days. Traditional anatomical classifications are DeBakey classification and Stanford classification. In DeBakey category 1, dissection tear in ascending aorta propagates distally to include at least the aortic arch and typically the descending aorta. DeBakey category 2 is dissection only in the ascending aorta. Category 3 is dissection tear in the descending aorta propagating most often distally. It is subdivided into category 3A, in which it is confined to descending thoracic aorta, and 3B, in which the tear extends below the diaphragm. In Stanford classification, all dissections involving the ascending aorta are type A, irrespective of the site of tear. All dissections that do not involve the ascending aorta are classified as Stanford type B. Penn ABC and Dissect are other classification systems. Though several biomarkers have been evaluated in aortic dissection, only D-dimer is considered clinically feasible. It is markedly elevated in aortic dissection. Cutoff value of 500 nanograms per ml can be used to rule out aortic dissection with a negative likelihood ratio of 0.07 within the first 24 hours. In a study of 113 cases, it was found that those with younger age, thrombosed false lumen without ulcer-like projections, and shorter dissection lengths were likely to have false negative D-dimer values. Initial management of acute aortic dissection is to control blood pressure and reduce dP by dt, which is linked to the ventricular ejectile force, to reduce propagation of dissection. Blood pressure is reduced to the levels just enough for end organ perfusion. Intravenous beta blocker is the most important medical management for reducing dP by dt. Labetalol, which blocks both alpha and beta receptors, lowers blood pressure and dP by dt. Use of vasodilators without beta blockade should be avoided as they increase dP by dt. Sedation with opiates will be useful in reducing the sympathetic discharge and catecholamine levels. Mortality of type A dissection has been reported as 26% in those managed surgically and 58% in those not receiving surgery, typically because of advanced age and comorbidity. Type B dissection had mortality of 10.7% on medical management. In those 20% of type B dissection patients who underwent surgery, mortality was 31.4%. Prompt surgical treatment aims to remove the entry into the false lumen and reconstitute the true lumen with a synthetic graft with or without reimplantation of coronary arteries. Resuspension of native aortic valve is preferred to replacement for associated aortic regurgitation. Endovascular repair is considered for descending thoracic aortic dissection. Open surgical repair requires single lung ventilation, left heart bypass, profound hypothermia, and cerebrospinal fluid drainage. Hence, endovascular repair has a class 1 indication in type B dissection. For type A dissection, though endovascular repair is technically feasible in some cases, surgical repair is the standard option. In type B dissection, if malperfusion of a branch persists, then branch vessel stenting or petticoat technique with open bare metal stents can be used.